Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Are you ready to feel confident using English tenses? I know they can seem a little overwhelming, but trust me, they're not as tricky as you might think. In this video, we're going to break down all the major English tenses in a simple, easy to understand way. We're going to use some familiar examples and I'll share some tips and tricks to help you remember which tense to use and when. So grab a notebook and pen, get comfy, and let's dive into the fascinating world of English tenses together. Before we dive into the specifics of each tense, let's take a moment to understand what tenses really are. In English grammar, tenses are used to indicate the timing of an action or event. Think of them as a way to place actions on a timeline. There are three main time frames we use: the past, the present, and the future. Each of these time frames can be further divided into simple, continuous, perfect, and perfect continuous forms. These forms help us to add more detail and nuance to the timing and nature of an action. Understanding tenses allows you to communicate more accurately and effectively by providing clarity about when something happens. So, as we go through each tense, keep this timeline concept in mind. It will help you grasp the different uses and nuances of each tense more easily. Alright, now that we've got a basic understanding of what tenses are and why they're important, let's move on to our first tense, the simple present tense. Let's kick things off with the present tense, specifically the simple present tense. This is your go-to tense for talking about things that you do regularly, habits, facts, or things that are generally true. Think of it like this. What's one thing you do every day? Maybe you eat an apple every day, right? So you'd say, I eat an apple every day. See how simple that is? The simple present is all about those actions that are a regular part of your life. I drink coffee every morning. The sun rises in the east. She works at a bank. These are all perfect examples of the present simple tense in action. Don't forget, when you're using the present simple tense with he, she, or it, you need to add an S to the end of the verb. So, it's not he eat, it's he eats. It's a small but important detail that can make a big difference in your grammar. Okay, so what about when you're talking about something that's happening right now, in this very moment? That's where the present continuous tense comes in handy. Let's stick with our apple example. Imagine you're enjoying a delicious apple as we speak. How would you describe that action? You'd say, I'm eating an apple right now. See how we added am and ing? That's the magic formula for the present continuous. You're telling everyone that the action is in progress. He is watching a movie. They're playing basketball. The cat is sleeping on the couch. These are all examples of the present continuous tense. You're catching the action in the act. Now let's talk about the present perfect tense. The present perfect tense is used to talk about actions that started in the past and continue to the present, or actions that happened at an unspecified time in the past. Back to our apple. Imagine you've already had your apple today. You could say, I have eaten an apple. See how we used have and the past participle of eat, which is eaten. The present perfect tense connects the past to the present. It's like saying, this action happened sometime in the past, and it's still relevant now. He has lived in London for 5 years. They have visited Paris twice. I have never seen snow. These are all great examples of the present perfect tense. And this is how present perfect compares with simple and continuous present. Hold on tight, because we're moving on to the present perfect continuous tense. This tense might sound like a mouthful, but it's really not that complicated. The present perfect continuous tense is used to talk about actions that started in the past and are still continuing now. It emphasizes the duration of the action. Okay, imagine you've been munching on your apple for a while now. To really emphasize how long you've been eating, you could say, I have been eating an apple for an hour. Do you see how we used have been and eating with that ing? That's your signal that the action started in the past and is still going on. She has been studying for 3 hours. They have been playing video games all day. It has been raining all week. These are all examples of the present perfect continuous tense. Note how present perfect continuous compares with simple, continuous and perfect present tenses.
If you enjoyed this grammar adventure, give this video a big thumbs up, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more exciting language lessons.